welcome TopMid and everybody else who's here. This is a new little segment called Tricks Talks because I couldn't think of anything better to call it, and I was kind of put on the spot for a name, so that's what it's called. So all it is basically a load of people have been complaining that there's no content on TopMid, there's nothing, nobody's getting hyped up for iSeries, and I agree with you, completely agree with you. So I thought, well, who can I get in who is going to somehow both entertain us and piss off somebody all at once? So I thought, well, it's got to be Pinchy. It's got to be Pinchy. So, you all know who I am, Trick77. This is Pinchy. I'm going to let him just give you a little bit sort of information on him, how he's got into Halo and what he's done, and then we'll start talking some serious Halo. So, off you go.
Hi guys, I'm Jon Pinch, also known as Pinchy in the community, or zPinchy as my gamer tag is. I've been playing Halo now for about 5 or 6 years. Started playing competitively 4 years ago. Attended my first event, which was ECL1.
I saw you. You're the first person I met at ECL1.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It was a long time ago. There's so many faces as well that I recognise that ECL1 that I haven't seen in a few years, and they start slowly drifting back into the scene. So
yeah, but yeah, I remember that. I remember we were improv back then, and you were wearing an NMB top.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and back then, because that was like my first ever event, I was like, shit, he's got a t-shirt. Like, they must be proper serious.
Yeah, it's kind of the case of all the gear, no idea.
Yeah, that's pretty much what for us. We came with these little improv hoodies, and we were so bad back then.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Betamax, isn't it?
Betamax.
Actually, you're not going to say anymore.
See what I mean? You can see why I brought him on. So, the main reason that I also got you on, John, is what I was talking to you about before, was that you spoke to me at I-50. I-50 was when I was reffing, wasn't it? You were playing, yeah. And you were telling me about how you had this idea of you wanted to get, like, some social LANs going.
Yeah.
Kind of like what they used to do in America, with the LAN network.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And that's what you were talking to me about. So you went out and set something up, didn't you, called the LiverLAN?
Yeah, well, basically what it was is after a while of going to events, I just thought there's not really anywhere to go and play Halo.
Yeah.
Socially, it was always like you had to wait for an event, and no one. I mean, people had the odd, like, I don't know, social LAN here and there, but you'd be lucky if like eight people showed up. Do you know what I mean? And it was just kind of like there was nothing there for anyone to even like get practicing before events, or even just to meet up and get to know players and stuff. So I had a long think about it, and I remember like from back in the day, in the MLG days, when there was a guy called Tots. He used to have LAN like the LAN network, and all the pros used to go just before every event, and they used to get like a load of practice in, and they used to stream it. So I just kind of thought that's what we're missing in the EU scene. Like,
yeah.
We haven't got that. So I mean, my best mate, I've known him for what, 19 years now. Lucky enough, he owns a hotel, and it's pretty much it's so perfect for gaming. Honest to God, like, it's got everything you could imagine there, and I just thought this would be the perfect place. And so I spoke to him about it, and he's a gamer himself. He's passionate about Halo, and he's passionate about computer games just in general. So it kind of worked well to go and speak to him about it, and he just said, "Yeah, why not? Let's take a risk. Let's see how it goes." And so I got good feedback. So I managed to get 20 people show up, plus an extra couple of people, like my mates in real life. They popped down just to come see.
That's good. Like 20 plus people for a social LAN is good.
Yeah, and it could have been more as well, for the simple fact that, I mean, I know there's players out there like the likes of Dunny who would 100% come, but it was his birthday. Prismatic's another one. It was his little Rafe's birthday. So there was a lot of people, like Lindez as well. It was his friend's 21st, so he didn't come down.
Shit, was Lindez not there? I really thought he'd be there.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. There's certain players I know who would usually 100% turn up, if that makes sense. So it was like, it was 20, and it was nice to see. It was nice to see a few new faces as well. The likes of Flames, who have never spoke to in my life ever on a game. Hollers, he's another one, and Snaky. Like, I didn't even know these guys at all. And then I got a message off Flames on the forums asking if he could come down and stuff. And I'm always open to meeting new people and getting to know people anyway. I mean, that's why I've attended events for all these years, is getting to know people. I don't really play to place well. I play just for the social aspect and have a good laugh and say meet new friends. So
Yeah, that's good though. That was that 3 new people: Hollis, Flames, and Snaky.
yeah, yeah,
Snaky. Now I've not heard of them either, and I've been playing Halo just as long as you, like ETL one. So that's like what, 5 years?
yeah.
So it's good that new people, especially with that was sort of the whole point of a LAN, isn't it? Get more people coming down, as well as the current community
Yeah. I don't think they were new players as such. I just think they were new
to our community. Yeah.
yeah, to the community, because I mean they've been playing Halo 3 ever since it came out pretty much, and where we all moved to Halo Reach and Halo 4, they kind of had the brain to stay with Halo 3, and so they're really really strong players. Because like
What are you trying to say about Halo Reach and Halo 4, John?
I'm just saying it plays differently. So I mean, like I'm used to like flicking my analog stick a little bit now, like when I'm shooting and stuff, which is a really bad habit to have in Halo 3. I like
Oh
noticed
God, yeah.
I noticed that at LiverLAN, like usually, like well, I'm not gonna say too much, but going plus 30 on you, last event. And what was it, going past 10 against what team come fourth again at last event? Was it Jon Pinch's team?
Fourth at last event.
It was Cyborg, Jon Pinch,
Oh, what was it?
Alpha.
What noise does a fox say? Was
Yes,
that their team name?
yeah, something like that. Well, anyway, I can't remember.
Just
Yeah.
casually dropping in, like, do you remember when I kept, when we slapped you around at that tournament?
Yeah. No, but like I say, like I mean, I'm used to I'm not the greatest slayer online because obviously it's online, but usually when I turn up to events, I don't really have much trouble out shooting people. But when it got to LiverLAN, because I haven't played Halo 3 in so many years and I had so many bad habits of flicking my analog stick when I was shooting, I was like missing shots and stuff, and I thought, nah, this isn't the usual pinch, like you know what I mean. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to get some practice in. So literally straight after LiveLAN, I got back on my Xbox, got Halo 3 on, and I thought, I'm not turning up to next event and getting
I'm not having this.
outBR'd by I was even getting outBR'd by Rosie, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, Rosie's a pretty good player. Like,
Yeah, I've heard. I actually heard. But I was going to say about Halo 3, because obviously most people watching this will know that Halo Reach and 4 were hit scan, and 3's
yeah,
not. 3's, and you got to lead your shots in 3 as well. And on LAN, Halo 3 is a boss online. I was lucky enough to have quite a big group of people. We used to social LAN all the time.
yeah, that was like myself, yeah.
Yeah, but it was only the 2 teams. So it was like 8 of us, but we would LAN about like 5 or 6 times a year. So we loved Halo 3 because we played it so much online.
Yeah,
Because we could see what it was really like. But online, that game can be so frustrating.
yeah, it's terrible.
Like, it's definitely the worst out of the bunch online.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
sometimes it's just like, I don't know, it feels like you're shooting paper bullets at somebody sometimes.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
it is,
it was
it is good.
yeah. I mean, it was like me back in the day. I was quite fortunate because I had 8 friends who were all level 45 and above in MLG anyway. So they were all at a pretty decent standard, which is hard to get. Like
Yeah.
8 lads in your local area. And we were all mates as well from school and stuff. So it was kind of good. And we used to play every weekend for, I'm not even going to say like sometimes 16 hours, like, you know what I mean, a day. And we used to just literally beers, pizza, you name it. And we used to just chill out for the whole weekend playing.
So this LAN that you've just done then in Liverpool, was that, because I don't know much about it. I knew you were doing it. You spoke to me at the at I-50,
yeah,
and you told me that you had this idea and you were going to speak to your mate. And then I just saw it on TopMid. I just saw it on TopMid that it was going ahead, but I've not managed to see like any photos from it or anything like that. So was it like was it like Friday to Sunday? Or was it just one day or?
yeah. It was Friday to Sunday. Well, say Friday to Sunday. Everyone turned up on Friday. Obviously because people work and could travel at different times and stuff. Some people took day off. Like some people had to work. We kind of just had it where once you got there on Friday, you just set up your stuff and then just chilled out. If you wanted to play a little bit, you could do. But most people just wanted, because it had a bar and stuff and pool table, and say we had FIFA set up, and so everyone was just kind of getting to know each other again, like talking to each other, socializing,
Yeah.
just doing a bit of everything. And then once we had enough Xboxes and screens to start playing just Randy Fours, that's what we started doing until everyone kind of showed up. So kept ourselves entertained, I guess, till
Yeah.
everyone showed up.
So I did hear that you were like, it wasn't set teams, was it? It was like, was it names, not names in a hat, but wasn't there some kind of system so it was randomized teams?
Yeah, well, basically, like the fairest way of doing it, that was another thing as well. Like on with the owner, I agreed that everyone, no matter what room you went in, so let's say a family room was £80, yeah, or like £70 or whatever, and four people went in, that would mean that it was only like, let's say 15 to 20 quid each. Where someone who went in a single room, like a single room's like I think it's 35, £40. So I just said to Taste, I was like, listen, everyone's just going to pay the same price. Is that okay? And he was like, yeah. So we set the price at like £25 per night, whether you were sharing a room or whether you were on your own. So it was even. And
Yeah, that's
so
good.
I just thought to myself, well, if I'm gonna have, we charged the £10 like tournament entry fee just for a bit of fun, bit of like competition. Because basically, I've noticed the social lands. Like I think I can remember from Sheffield when Septic was getting a bit bullied online, and in the end, he just couldn't be bothered playing. You could see it in his face, like he just gave up, and there's no point in even playing. But this time, even if it was just say it was only like I think we done in the end we done £160 for the winning team and £40 for second place, so they got their £10 back, um, which was a bad decision from me because obviously I won. It's online.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I believe you won.
But
Maybe it was rigged.
yeah, I mean,
No, but that is good. That's good. So how much did it cost for the whole thing, for the whole weekend and stuff?
well, it was meant to be people staying Friday night and Saturday night and going home Sunday, but everyone decided they wanted to stay an extra night. No one wanted to go home really, so we done it £25 per night, so that was £50 plus a £10 entry fee, which so it was £60. But then on the last day, Taste decided to charge everyone just 20 quid. He knocked the fiver off again for everyone for staying the extra
Wow,
night. So yeah, it would have been well, would have been 80 quid all in all.
that's not bad. 80 quid for what? Three? Well, about was
Yeah,
three nights
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yeah, and
plus
also
Halo. That's pretty sweet. So did
yeah.
that make him money then?
No, well, yeah, it basically I spoke to Taste, and because they stayed for the third day, it basically covered the costs of what he'd usually make in a weekend. But like because he's so passionate in that, and he wanted to give something for people to actually like come and enjoy. Like he said, he was willing to take a hit, but it turned out in the end that he didn't take a hit. He actually, well, I think he made a bit of money to be fair.
That's good.
Yeah, but he was made up, and like he just wants to know, like he just wanted to know whether it was going to be like there was going to be interest there because he doesn't, like he said, he doesn't mind because not every weekend is he busy. Like there's some weekends where he'll be really busy and other weekends where he won't be so busy.
Yeah.
So he just said like basically the weekends that he's not as busy or hasn't got as many bookings that we could have the whole hotel for the weekend, and then that way you'd be able to like you know what I mean, just fill it up and be able to charge like a nice price for everyone. So that's probably, let's say that was our plan anyway. But yeah, it worked out pretty well.
He sounds like he's done us a massive favour, to be honest. Like, because that would have been hard to do. If you were to, I don't know, do you remember Gamer Base for
Yeah,
HMV shutdown?
yeah,
I swear that was more than that
yeah.
for the weekend, and you're not even getting a hotel or anything like that. That's just being
Yeah.
in the. So are you going to be doing this more regularly then? Are you going to like try and keep this going to keep this community going with touring
Yeah,
events?
yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, it's not like the hotel is my business, so it's
Yeah.
down to Taste. But if for everyone who met Taste at the LAN, they'll know that he literally goes out of his way for everyone and anyone. I mean, like basically, we had monitors and they're all wall mounted, and and he basically threw the bases away. And so when we brought them down, we had nothing to mount them onto. So he went out of his way to build like a station for the TVs to actually be drilled to,
Okay,
and so
yeah.
play on them. So he bends over backwards for people. So I mean, he definitely wants to do it again. He just like he said, he loved everyone's company, and he got on really well with the guys who came, and
Yeah.
Rosie as well, being a girl. So he said like he'd love to do it again, and
It'd be
So
good if,
it does sound promising. I mean,
yeah.
I'd definitely do it again. Do you know what I mean? Like I'd do it every weekend if I could. But
Well, from the people I've managed to speak to, or even it's just like on Twitter or something like that, who went, like everybody said they really, really enjoyed it. Um, so I don't know if it'd be worth, because that period between events, it's terrible, isn't it?
yeah,
Between like nothing happens up until like say a month before the next event, it's dead. So it'd be great. I mean, obviously it's not, it's not your hotel, it's not my hotel, but it'd be great if we could do like at least just one of them in that lull period,
yeah.
and
Well,
maybe even start getting like what you charge, what, a tenner, throw into a little bit of a prize pool
yeah.
to to make it a bit interesting. That's good because we've not had anything like that.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, over the years, I've seen like kind of not loopholes, but gaps in the community where like they kind of needed to be filled. I mean, I'll be honest with you, we did order like little trophies for players to win, but they didn't come in time, which is a bit unfortunate. So, but like it's like when you go to events, like you go, you play, and it's only ever the winning team that ever gets anything from it. Like they
Yeah.
get again, that's that. Whereas there's no like sort of community vote where they'll say, okay, well, who do you think deserves, I don't know, best support player this tournament? Like, I don't know if you remember on the MLG where they used to have like support, like best support player, best
Best
sniper,
best BR things like that,
best
didn't they?
stuff. Yeah, and like, and Roy would pretty much win everything.
Yeah. Him or Pistola just win pretty much everything, but
Yeah, pretty much. But no, I wanted something like obviously with 20 people there, like you can't have all them awards, but I wanted something where the
just to make
structure.
it interesting.
Well, yeah, well, not that, but just the players who aren't as skilled or aren't as good as the other players actually get recognised for actually turning up and playing. Like,
Yeah, getting something out of it.
yeah, I mean, like me and Johnny Five, a few months back, we had like quite a funny idea, like peanut award, and the winner get a bag of M&M peanuts. So, I mean, Waffles fully deserve that one at the weekend, I guess.
That's a good idea because I remember, especially I think it's during Reach when they started introducing pool play, and
Yeah,
a lot of the higher up teams just like saying how they hated pool play. It's a waste of time, blah blah blah. But I agreed with it because that's the way tournaments work. There are people there who are just going to spend a lot of money to be knocked out straight away. That's just the way it is. I mean, you could even be good. You could be good, but you could get put against like power first, and then you're pretty much out already. You've spent what X amount to get there to play about an hour worth of Halo. And the top tier players always say like, well, it should just be better, but it doesn't always work that way. And I used to think pool play was good because even the lesser teams can actually enjoy themselves and play some Halo.
well, yeah, I can speak from experience on that one. I mean, as people know, I was always a top 24 kid back in the day, and I still am now. I've just been lucky with a few placements, I guess. But no, I mean, I used to turn up to every event knowing full well that I was gonna pretty much lose every game anyway. But I turned up just one to support the community, and two just to have fun, see friends and stuff. And when like the top players were saying, "Oh, we should get rid of pool play," like like I always say, to have a successful event, well, not a successful event, but to like increase numbers, you need to have what's known as value. Like basically, you have to have value for money. So, and basically, the not so skilled players make up a bigger percentage of the community, if that makes sense.
Much
Like it's
bigger.
only full of like top players. So if you're basically reducing that for like the lower skill players, if you want to call it, then they'll just in the end they'll just go, well, what's the point? I'm not going to spend like 60, 80 quid plus X amount for travel accommodation when I'm going to play 2 games of Halo and that's it. Like I'm out and my weekend's well pretty much over. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, no, I agree completely with that.
yeah, like I went to ECL1, and lucky enough it was in Liverpool. But me and Binny went as a team of two. We didn't know anyone in the community. We just heard about competitive gaming and like that EGL was having this event, and we said, "Oh, we'll turn up as a two." Go on the forums. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's all right. You'll find players when you get there. Just team with someone when you get there." We turned up, and there was literally no one. Everyone was in teams. Everyone had like months of practice, even years of practice. And me and Binny are like, "Right, okay, so we've got to find 2 players here. Like, what we're gonna do?" And we managed to pick up a guy called at the time his name was Toxic. He's actually teamed with Lindez now. and he was a local lad, and his mum basically like he jumped on a train with all his stuff and came to play because he was the only guy I knew like who would come, and then we're still looking for a fourth, and like basically our game was meant to have started like 5 minutes ago, and we were still looking for a fourth, and Loco's on the mic going, "NMB, can you come to station?" Like whatever it was, and I was like, "Oh, we haven't even got a fourth player. What's going on?" And I remember just running around looking for anyone who was like sat on their own, or I remember going to the Gears of War section, and I was like, "Do any of you play Halo at all?" And this guy was like, "Yeah, I play." I was like, "Oh, yeah, what's your rank?" Like, do you know what I mean? What's your rank? He was like, "Oh, I think I'm at 23. I think I'm staff in something or other." And I was like, he's like, "I've played loads of games." And I was like, "All right, yeah, cool." I was thinking, "Oh God, we're gonna have to pick this guy up." So I was just like,
I love that. So what rank are you? Don't worry, I'm at level 23. I got this.
so anyway, like I've done a little run round, and I see some guy like sat behind. At the time, I didn't realize it was the business. It was like Kimmy, like Zyrus, Body Lotion, and they had a coach. I think his name was Demania. Was it Demania? I can't remember. But like he was a Norwegian guy, couldn't speak a word of English, and I was like, "Are you playing?" And he's like, "No, no, I'm coaching." I was like, "Yeah, but like, do you play Halo?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah." I was like, "Right." I was like, "You playing like in this tournament?" He was like, "No, no, no, I'm just coaching." I was like, "Oh, what's your LND rank?" And he went 50, and I was like, "Right, you get your headset." Sitting by us, and he was like, "No, no, no, I'm coaching these." I was like, "No, really, mate, you're getting your headset on." And he goes and gets his headset, and it's like an Xbox Live microphone. I was just like, "Oh
Fuck
God!"
yeah.
So like, it was just a disaster. I mean,
Got an ECR1 as well with the big speakers. That'd have been terrible.
exactly. So we
Jesus.
pretty much come dead last. I mean, but to be fair, me and Benny played like really well.
I remember that event, and I remember, I think it was me, TJ, Dave. You know C1R,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember.
C1R, Psycho, and Never Phased. Don't even remember him.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So you like quite a tan guy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And I like that was before I even knew what TopMid was. I didn't really know any kind of community or scene. And I used to be like, yeah, well, we're all MLG level 50s. We've got this. Went
yeah,
in, and I didn't know anybody at all. And this is when you think you're really good because you've been, I play online all the time.
yeah.
Came in, and it's like the first people you play as this team called Uprising. It's like, alright. And we got absolutely destroyed. Absolutely, it was like Gunner, Wet Tiger, and I can't remember who the other two were, and it was just horrible.
Yeah. Like, that was like us. I think we got like, I think we played Dignitas winners bracket, which was like, I think it's like Fusion, was it Grips, Vard, and um, Swedish guy, Fragtail, and
Right, yeah, oh god, there's some old players there, aren't they?
yeah, we got pretty much destroyed by them. Then we ended up playing. Played another game. It was against Lethal, Skit Q, Paranox, and I can't remember the other guy. But yeah, we ended up getting. I can't remember what happened with them. And then did we win or lose? I can't remember. I literally can't remember. And it was 5 years ago or something.
Yeah.
And we played against their Grimball and Deadball's team, and like Deadball is he was so bad at Halo 3, like really bad. And I just remember we got beat by them, but like he was such a terrible player back then. I don't know if he's any better now. Played against online the other day, online. You know what I mean? Irish kids online. We're not gonna say no more, but yeah. Um, yeah, so I remember it, like basically destroying Grimball and Deadball over and over again. But like say we didn't really have a team, so
Yeah.
kind of
But back to what we were saying though, why we've gone down memory lane a little bit about the importance of what you were saying about trying to make it so that the lesser skilled players can still get something out of it, because obviously it is the lesser skilled to the medium skilled players who make up the majority of the tournament.
yeah, exactly.
And I know, like, that the way the world works, not everybody can win, and I'm not saying that that's what we should get, because that's what's wrong with the Halo matchmaking system at the moment, is that's why there's no ranks, because they want everybody to win.
Yeah,
But there does have to be some incentive for the lesser skilled players to turn up, because let's face it, these events are expensive.
yeah,
EGL and both EGL and I Series is probably a bit better value for money because it's different. It's like a big festival thing, isn't it? But
Yeah.
I remember spending in Blackpool for EGL a fortune, and just thinking like, I've just spent like over like 200 quid for a weekend in Blackpool. You know what I mean? It's like, so
Yeah,
if there's nothing for them to play for, it can be a bit. That's why people don't turn up.
that's what I mean. The thing is, like, I've been there myself where I've said to like the likes of PJ, for example, I've been like, oh, do you want a team and go to the event? And he's been like, oh no, I'm not teaming with anyone until I'm not going to an event until I get a team that's capable of like top 12 or top
Yeah.
8. And it's like it was kind of egos that I'm not saying PJ's got an ego, but like
But I know what you mean though. I do know what you mean. People will only go if they think that they can do well.
Yeah, exactly. And it's basically it's the community itself who've got the wrong attitude because like you look at the likes of Godshot, Liam, like that guy is capable in my eyes of getting a top 4 placement easy. Like
Especially in Halo 3.
yeah, he's a brilliant player. Like that guy is probably better than the likes of Xavi and players like that who are on a team that could probably win the event. So, I mean, you look at him and he's teamed with Adamak, who hasn't played in like I think about 4 years. Rosie, who like Rosie's underrated as a player. Like a lot of people just think, oh, she's a girl, like she's not gonna be very good. But her shot is actually really strong, and like now that she's playing with the likes of like Liam and Adam who tell her what to do.
Is Creepsy on that team as well?
Yeah, she's on that team as well, and everyone knows how good of a player Creepsy is. I mean, like I think he's placed 3rd, is it, or is it 4th?
They came third last event, didn't they?
Yeah, and I think he's placed at EGL8. I think he came. It might have been EGL8. I think he was teamed with Vex. Is it Vexer? Vex?
I can't remember. I remember him finishing 4th with A4D.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I remember he's had like really good placements and stuff. So he like everyone knows Carl's a strong player. Like Liam, in my eyes, is probably one of the best Halo 3 players in the community right now. You got Adamak, who's a champion at Halo. Do you know what I mean? It was Halo 4, but then they Halo. So yeah, she's teamed with really strong players. So like I say, she should do well this event. She'll probably outplace me, and I'm never gonna live it down.
Never live it down.
I've already admitted to like just to defeat. I'm just like, oh no, I've got to wait for the aftermath of this event now. It's not gonna go down too well.
Right. Don't interrupt you, but because I think we might just be waffling on a little bit, going down memory lane because we're both quite old now. I just wanted to obviously we've talked about the LiverLAN now. And you've mentioned a load of players already. Obviously, I-51 is coming up, and the whole point of this is just trying to get some kind of content going, some kind of hype, which is difficult. I mean, we talk about at the end, it is difficult with the state that the community is in at the moment, but out of the people who are playing, the very limited teams who've actually bothered to sign up, like, are there any players, I know it's hard to say team-wise who do you think is going to win it, because, like, looking at this, I think there's 6 teams signed up, and I know for a fact 2 of them aren't going. So I'm assuming just people aren't signing up yet. But out of the players that you know who are going, who do you think is going to do well? Who do you think is overrated? And who do you think is going to do really badly?
Where do I start? Should I start with the players who I think will do well?
Yeah, start with the players you think are going to do well.
Well, obviously you've got Fusion, who is
he's coming back, isn't he?
He's back. Everyone knows him. He's won countless events. So I think but yeah, I mean, he's an absolute beast online, and I think obviously any team he's on, no matter who he's teamed with, he'll always be a top player. Do you know what I mean? Even if he's teamed with really bad players, he'll always shine out from the rest. So you got Fusion, who I think will obviously impress. Who else? I mean, you got like the newer players. Like going back, I've never heard of Snakey, Hollers, or Flames before the LiverLAN, and Snakey, like individually, like his shot's sick. Like he just doesn't miss. Like his slaying power is just really, really sick, and he's got the confidence as well. He kind of reminds like myself of me, where he doesn't care who's in front of him, whether it be Fusion or whether it be I don't know Xavi or whoever. He just knows he's gonna afford them. Do you know what I mean? Like even if he doesn't afford them, and he dies, he'll just be like, right, I'll just fall you next time. Do you know what I mean? Or I'll just snipe you. He's not scared to challenge anyone. say really positive attitude as well, and he's a good player. Again, Flames. I actually teamed with Flames for the LiverLAN like little competition we had, and again, like I think he got an overkill exterm in like the first game we played, and I was like, oh god, this kid, like this kid's off the overkill exterms already.
Thank God he's on my team.
But like I don't know, he's just really smart player, and I just thought, yeah, this guy's like really smart. He's probably a support player, and then it turned out that he was just slaying everything as well. So having him and Jimbo on the team was like, oh, I could just run around freely. I was just like dropping neg 20s and not even bothered because there was no one on the map to even look at. Do you know what I mean? It was one of them.
So they're both on tactical gaming, aren't they?
Yeah. Snake. No, I think. Yeah. Snaky.
Or is it? Wait, no. Tactical gaming. Hollis, Zavi, Snipe Drone, and Flames. Yeah, sorry, I was wrong.
Flames and Hollers are on the same team. Hollers he's a guy who I never really heard much about. Seen him play at LiverLAN, and he seemed pretty good. Who else was that? Yeah, I think Snaky's team with is it the Irish he's team with?
Let me have a look. It's so hard to see, really, because like just none of these, half these teams aren't going. Let me just have a look here. J.O. Wardy, Dini, Snaky. Yeah, so he's with the Irish.
He's with the Irish, yeah. Obviously,
in fact, sorry, they've been picked up by Reign, haven't they? They've literally just been picked up by Reign.
Yeah, well, say Dini and Wardy, for those who don't know who Dini and Wardy are, they've been around for a very long time, and again, they're like, as we want to class them as EU veterans, so they've got the experience where Snaky's like, he needs that sort of player on his team to like he needs that experience because like, he seemed a little bit, I don't know, like he'd make some wrong decisions every now and then, even though like his slaying ability and he was confident, he'd make like some wrong decisions, whereas like having someone like Dini and Wardy on your team, like literally telling them what to do and
push him in the right direction. Yeah,
push him in the right direction. Like I think the kid's going to be a beast, and I actually think he's going to get MVP this event. Yeah, either him or Fusion. Sorry, Jimbo. Many times, mate.
Jimbo is he's kicking some ass though in Halo 3. Like if you look at him now, he's grinding Halo 3.
Jimbo will grind any game because he's just got that motivation to want to be the best. So like with likes of the older players, you kind of lose that, like, I don't know, like not momentum, but you just kind of like lose interest in the game a little bit,
Yeah.
Whereas like the likes of Snaky and the likes of Jimbo, they're still young, they want to impress, they still
enjoy it, which is
they still enjoy it. It's still that addiction where what I mean. So yeah, I think it's all about the time you put in. Halo 3 was always that sort of game. If you put the time in, you'll always be a stronger player. Whereas like with the likes of Halo 4 and Halo Reach, it's kind of like didn't really have to put a lot of time into it to be good at it. So
yeah, we just had to put time into the actual game to try and make the game good.
That's exactly it.
But okay, so you picked a couple of players who you think are going to do well. Who do you think is going to struggle then?
Ooh, hard one.
Maybe people who've done really well, maybe in like say 4 or Reach. You think they're not going to do too well in 3? Because 3 is different. 3 is very different.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard one because you've got Zavi, who he was a Halo 3 player. He was about in Halo 3, but he wasn't really. I don't know. He didn't put as much time in back then. Like, well, he did, but he wasn't really as good a player back then. And then obviously Johnny 5 gave him basically the key, if you want to call it that, and picked him up. Like they were guaranteed pretty much top 6 that event anyway. When it was Sith, Johnny 5, and who else was on the team?
Zavi and Slink.
Yeah, that was it. Zavi and Slink, and like Slinky's a great player as well. So Zavi was teamed, and like the top 6 was pretty much set in stone, and then like top 8 was up for grabs for anyone. Which I think we got 7th and you got 8th. Was that right? Yeah. So yeah, Zavi had the key basically to a top 6 placement. So for anyone's first LAN, like a top 6 placement is a great placement. It's like Jimbo when he went with Calpol, Critical, and Thumble, was it?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean
they were under VYE, weren't they?
Yeah, they placed like a lot of people like, oh, why have they got like VYEs, or like, why them players got it? They don't deserve it. They're just online warriors, blah blah blah. And then he turned up and he proved that they were capable and they were good players. And obviously Jimbo's gone on now to show why he deserved that and the time and effort he's put into the game. Whereas I don't know, with Xavi, you kind of given a key in my eyes to like a free pass to top six, and then obviously he's really good on. I'm not. What's the word? Discredit him for his ability because he is still a good player.
Yeah,
But
he is a good player. Well,
I
I know
just
what
think
you're saying. Like three is harder than four,
yeah.
definitely.
And I say like, as I say, he's put a lot of time in, which I think he realised he had to. So that alone, I think he should be all right just with the amount of time he's put in the last few months. But I don't know. I think out of all the top players, he'll be the one who's going to struggle a little bit, I think.
Well, yeah, to reach what he's used to in like say
Uh,
four.
it's not that. I just think it's because you got the likes of like Fusion, Zyrus, Trank, the Irish. Like,
Yeah, you got a lot of the older players
yeah, they're all
who were really good in Halo 3 coming back. Halo
exactly
3.
exactly yeah. So I think Xavi might struggle a little bit out of them. But
Right.
that's my opinion. You probably prove me wrong and
Yeah.
go.
Well, the last one was, and this isn't to be mean. This is but so we've got somebody who you think is going to do really well. Somebody you think is going to struggle. Is there anybody you think is just not going to adapt at all to Halo 3?
Um,
Out of the people who are there, because it's hard for me to say because I wasn't at the LiverLAN, so I don't know how people are playing at the moment. And the scene is so dead online.
yeah. To be honest, like everyone at the LiverLAN, like we are all Halo 3 players originally anyway, so like no one really stood out as really going to struggle. But there was like I say, there's the likes of Hollers, Flames, and Snakey who carried on playing throughout Halo 3 and didn't make the switch, as you want to call it. So they still now are really sick. Where the likes of me, Adamak, and players like that, we kind of like we're rusty. If that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
you could,
it's cause of sprint. When you've got sprint, like you play so differently than when you don't have it.
yeah. I don't know. It's just a completely different game, innit? And that's obviously shown with the decline in numbers of players playing Halo now. Like obviously there's something drastically wrong with Halo Reach and Halo 4 compared to Halo 3. And it's not, I don't know, it's not because I don't know, how do I explain this? It's not because like everyone's getting older or anything, because like usually there was always younger players to replace the older players. It's just the fact that the game's just
Yeah,
really
the
not great.
game's just not up to scratch. Although to be fair, I think Halo Reach V7 was awesome.
Yeah.
Halo Reach V7 was so good. It's better than anything Halo 4 came close to.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like now I'd rather go back to Halo Reach than Halo 4, to be honest with you. It got to a stage where it was more like a chore to play Halo 4. Like I felt as though it was an effort to get on and play rather than getting
Yeah.
on and actually enjoying it. Like I did actually enjoy playing Reach. I mean, it wasn't the greatest with like sprint and stuff, and I remember Evade being in it at the very start, and
God, yeah, do you remember Bloom?
Armor Lock, that was another one. Like I can remember them being in it, and I was just like, "What is this
Two
game?"
of A's and you can like be at the other base in Sanctuary.
Yeah, I mean,
But
the thing is, like every game's been bad when it's out the box, and the community's always made it better by the settings and always improved the settings. But I just think with Halo 4, people lost that much faith and interest in the game because it was really boring to play.
yeah,
That no one who really stuck it out to go, okay, well, we're going to improve these settings, or we're going to do this and we're going to do that.
I think it
So
was just too much in 4. Like Reach changed a ton from like 3. You look at 3, you look at Reach. But when you sort of stripped away all the stupid stuff and the Bloom and you took the sprint out, you could still play like a Halo because you could still throw the flag. You know, you could still.
yeah,
There
yeah,
was no sprint. Whereas in 4, it was like even when we took sprint out, it's like we can't drop the flag. If I've got a power weapon, I have to automatically pick up the flag. We've got to mob the oddball, so we're running around with this terminal thing. Can't remember the extract thing. Like we
yeah,
got to mod everything. Like we have to mod the whole game to get it to work.
yeah. Like I don't know why no one in the actual like 343 industries just didn't go in with like a Halo 2 disc and a Halo 3 disc and go, right, this is going to be the next Halo, just remake this, better graphics, better ranking system. I don't know, maybe implement Halo charts like something like Halo charts into the actual game where people can go and view, or where am I ranked in the world, or how many, like where I rank for, I don't know, how many sniper headshots or whatever it be. Do you know what I mean?
Do you
Like,
remember the old Halo 2 leaderboards on Bungie.net?
yeah,
It
yeah,
was so cool. I used to go online, check them, like, where am I for KD, stuff like that. Just
exactly.
even little things, it makes you want to play, but there's
Yeah,
none of that for.
right. It just creates more interest. And the thing is, like, not many people want to log onto a computer and check where they are on a leaderboard. They want to just be able to press one button on their Xbox, go to leaderboards, and just go, oh, well, there I am, I'm ranked there. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like they kind of went the wrong way about things. I think like they everyone said they kind of tried to be like Call of Duty, but I think they took a step in the wrong direction just because of the things they tried to change rather than like it needed change, but you don't change the basic fundamental sort of game, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
mechanics of the game, you just keep them the same. Like if it's
See,
not,
I personally, I don't think it needed like almost any. I think Halo 2, and you should have just kept the basis from that.
yeah,
And they did that with 3. I mean, they messed up a little bit with the hit scan, but it was fine. But then like Reach is totally different from 3. 4 is totally different from Reach. Like there's no continuity with it, and we're just constantly left with like. I mean, none of us even know what Halo 5 is going to be like. It might be even worse. It might be even better, for all we know. It could be like Halo 2, but it could be like Halo Reach with Sentinel, jetpack, armor locking, auto targeting, Spartan lasers as your secondary weapon.
yeah,
Rocket launcher starts, well I know.
they'll probably bring like a nuclear bomb in or some crap where it's just like, oh yeah, get a streak of like 5 kills and you can nuke the whole team or
Yeah.
something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what goes through their heads. They're just clueless, to be fair. I mean, I've sat here like for a very long time sometimes and thought about what can be put into Halo 5 that will make the game better. And it's just basic little things. For example, going back to the old style of medals, like I loved seeing them big, bright like medals flash up.
Yeah.
But then like in Halo 4, it's like little black subtle medals, and it's like I don't feel as though I'm achieving anything here for getting like a triple kill or an overkill.
Do you think there are too many as well now?
Yeah, just like first strike. No one's bothered who gets the first kill. No, like, do you know what I mean? No one's bothered that you got like killed a guy sprinting. You know,
Yeah,
hopefully
or you kill a guy who's reloading, you get a medal for it. Like,
or revenge, like no one like revenge medals and that. Okay, assassination medals, yeah, pretty cool. But there's certain medals that don't need to be in there, and you just feel like there's no satisfaction when you do get them medals. And I was saying, like, for important medals, like I think did they take away the extreme and perfection? They took away the perfection medal. I mean,
can't remember. I know they took away the sniper headshot.
yeah,
You got a medal if you just hit them, but you didn't get a medal if you got a headshot. I
no,
was like, this is so dumb.
yeah, you got the same medal for getting a body shot than killing with a body shot than you did for a headshot. I mean, I love the snapshot medal. That's really
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that should stay. But no, I mean, at the end of the day, it takes skill to hit a, well, I suppose some people say it takes skill to hit a head when sniping. So like give a medal for it because it takes a bit of skill, you know what I mean? Like it's like perfections, like you don't get a perfection medal anymore in Halo 4. It's like why is there no perfection
Yeah.
medal? Like and another thing, like I was saying, like the exterm medals, like why don't they do something where when you get an extermination, let's say the skull, instead of just having a skull, why don't they have it where the skull glows up and steam comes off or something and it says like, you know, extermination in the cool voice. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, definitely. Like, personally, like, I hate how there were so many medals. Like, you look at the end of the game. It used to be on Halo 3. You look and to tell like if somebody had a shitload of medal in Halo 3, they must have had a pretty beastly game. Whereas you didn't get that many medals. Whereas like Halo 4, you get like 20 odd plus medals a game. Like, you get a medal for what, respawning.
yeah,
Like, wow, you died. Here's a medal. But right. The last thing I want to talk to, obviously we spoke about the state of Halo.
yeah,
But like I said, sort of halfway through this, the reason this has come about is because a lot of people have been complaining that there's just nothing on TopMid. There's nothing for people to watch. There's no content. They're saying it's dead. So this is something that I thought, we can at least do this, try and get something going. So I wanted to talk to you about the state of European Halo, but more to do with the state of the TopMid community, because like I said to you at the start of this, before we record it, I'm not having a pop at anybody, and I completely agree 100% that there's not enough stuff on TopMid. There's not enough content. There's not enough like tournaments that we could do. I don't know, for anything. Some kind of 2v2 tournament, 1v1 FFA, 4v4, whatever. there's so much more that could be done, but at the same time, in terms of making sort of interesting content, stuff like that, the community's got to work with. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying with us. I'm part of the community as well, but community is actually, it's got to get off its ass because there isn't that many people left. But the people who are left, like how many of you are scrimming? How many interesting things? There's new rivalries, anything that's going on. When there is content, there's no interaction. There's nothing. Like the community doesn't support what content gets made. I mean, when I was making those tricks takes thing, like I said to you, like I wasn't bothered about how well they do it. Why I just did it because I enjoyed talking about Halo. Basically, I enjoyed the sound of my own voice. But when I was like asking for, when I was say running out of ideas of what to talk about, because I obviously just normally spoke about in them what was going on in the scene, so it was easy. But when the scene like died, it was harder for me to talk about things. So I was asking for like some interaction from the community, like, what do you want to see? Do you want to see me interview people or this? And I actually put on a top 10 Squid Grip giveaway thing.
Oh yeah.
And not a single person submitted anything. And the Sims as well did another sorry, not top mid. He did like a top 10 giveaway as well, and nobody submitted anything to that either. So it's like we're saying we want all these things, but we don't get involved when it's there. So how do we get that balance right? You know,
I just think it's people's attitudes. I mean, like I say, I've noticed once the game declines, like a lot of people like stop playing and they don't have a reason to come on the forums no more. They don't have a reason to watch content. But what we got to realize is as well, there's always new players coming about. Like there is always new players, and like, do you ever remember like T2's pro tips?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was thinking like there's nothing like that anymore for like new players. You know, like or like I don't know. Like I was saying to you earlier, like. I was thinking of like doing a comic strip of like I don't know.
You said this.
Yeah, like things that are happening within the community, like like I don't know, maybe rivalries or things that have been funny, like just in games or chats or whatever it be. You know what I mean? Just any content that's original, try and be as original as possible. But like people just like you say, you got to support it. I mean, I think the only person I ever see doing like AZ's now got a stream running. I think Kyle Creepsy. I think he's gonna try and get a stream running. But like people don't log in and watch. Do you know what I mean? Like I remember AZ, like he sent it to everyone, and he only had like 8 viewers. And I'm thinking, there's more than 8 people in this Skype chat. At least, even if you don't watch it, just open it, and then when people like click on it, I don't know why, but people seem to like, oh, that's got like 30 viewers. I'll watch him. Do you know what I mean? Like people will watch certain people because of the amount of viewers they got. I know I've done it before where like I've gone, oh, I'll just check out, I don't know, Call of Duty Ghosts, see what that's like. You know what I mean? So I've just clicked and I'm automatically going to the guy who's got the most people watching him because you think, oh, this guy must be pretty decent, or it must be entertaining because he's got loads of viewers. And like he might not be, but it's just because he's got that many viewers, you think, oh, I'll click that. So that's another thing as well. It's just support, like basically support each other. You know what I mean? Like going to events as well. That's another thing. Like even if you're not going to place well and you know you're not going to place well, just go and enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? Just do what you need to do to get the community going again, get people hyped up. You know, get that content out there, something to talk about. Even if you just reply back, like I don't know, just comment on the video or something, even if it takes 2 minutes,
Yeah. Even I'm not saying just like blindly support. If it's if it's crap content, then tell them. For all I know, people might not like this, but say so that we know. Well, they don't like that kind of stuff, so let's try something else. But there has to be some kind of interaction between TopMid, the staff, and the community, because when if you go in that Skype chat, there's so much like it's them and us, like they should be doing this and they don't listen to us kind of thing. And I actually opened up because it was a while ago now, people in the Skype chat were going on about how they could do a really good job of content and how like it's unfair that certain people have been overlooked. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll open up the applications and just apply. All these people who want to do it, just apply, and I'll quite happily try and arrange something for you.
Yeah.
0 applications. 0. So it's like everybody's, sat there on the keyboard saying, I can do a better job, I can do this, I can do this. And I was quite happy, like, yeah, I'll get you on board then. I'll get you on board. And nobody applied, especially like the three main people. I'm not going to name them, but three of them who were saying that they could do all this stuff. And it would be great if they were on board as well. And I told them to apply, and they've not.
But like I say, you shouldn't need a content like little, I don't know, whatever it is, logo or wherever it be on the forums to produce content. It should just be, if you've got an interest in the game and you want to see it successful, just make something. Like the only reason, like I don't do content literally because one, as you can probably tell from this, I'm really bad at talking. I'm really bad at interviews and stuff like that. So to me, like I'm pretty good with graphics and like quite a good storyteller. I always create a bit of hype or some kind of argument along the way in a week. So like to me, it was like, okay, I'll do a comic. I don't know, a comic strip or something, using my graphic skills or even freehand drawing, and I'll like tell a bit of a story of what's gone on during the week through the Halo,
In fact, Gaza was saying something, and I agreed with him as well, that if you, like, say for example, you just said you shouldn't have to have a little logo next to your name on TopMid to do content, and he came up with this idea that if, like, say, so if you do that off your own back, I just make sure it gets put on the front page of TopMid.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, you don't need to have you don't need to be, an official part of the content team and the login details, but if you make something and it's good, it's like, yeah, we'll slap it on the front page for you. That's what it should be.
But like a bit like a competition, like if your content's good enough, you get to go on the front page.
Yeah. If people are interested in it, because at the end of the day, it's no skin off anybody's nose at TopMid. If you're making better content than all of the TopMid content team, then there's no point that we should just bury that in the forums. Like, let's get it on the front page, because you're a member of the TopMid community. So let's just let's start promoting him. Then he's got some good stuff going on.
Yeah.
But it's just like at the moment, it's just a bit dead.
Yeah. Like I say, it shouldn't need a team to produce content. It should just be anyone in the community, whether it just be just what a video or like a commentary of your gameplay, or like I know Penguin does quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm not Penguin. Sure. He did. I don't know if he does it anymore.
Yeah, he still does it on his YouTube channel. I mean, he sent me a message the other day saying about, well, I'll be honest with you, I haven't like completely read it yet, but it's like to do with clips and stuff, like clip off, like basically one clip versus another clip. So basically, like, who's got the best clip? Like, I don't know how he's going to do it, but like either progresses to the next round or whatever it is. So, like, just even little things like that, even if they're just like a minute long videos, it's something for people to watch and enjoy, So.
Yeah, that's perfect. Like, that would be good. People would be interested to see their clips made there. Well, let's put that on the front of TopMid then.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it. So I'm hoping to do at least one of these a week leading up to iSeries. It's only a couple of weeks now, isn't there?
Yeah.
How many weeks? Like 2 or 3?
3 weeks, I think.
3 weeks. So I'm hoping to do a couple more of these then. So people who do watch this, if you could just comment in either on the YouTube video or on TopMid or whatever of who you'd like to see me getting next, that'd be really helpful. If nobody does, I'll just try and grab somebody who I think is going to be interesting. But please, do get involved. That's the whole point of this, is to try and get some kind of hype going on, interest going for I-51. So Pinch, thank you very much for that. I know God knows how long we've been going on for, but seriously, thanks for coming on. It's a great help, and for everybody who watched, thank you guys very much, and I will hopefully see you in the next episode. Alright, peace out.
See you later.